Well, good morning and welcome. I'm Mackenzie McNeil. I'm the Director of Marketing and Public Relations here at FCMC. And on behalf of Floyd County Medical Center, thank you for joining us as we celebrate our new 3-story rural health clinic and hospital expansion. Today's celebration represents far more than just a new building. It represents an investment in the future of healthcare in Floyd County and in the many surrounding communities that we proudly serve. Before I invite our speakers to the podium to deliver their remarks, we would like to thank the groups and individuals who have made today's accomplishment possible. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Federal, state, county, and city officials, the USDA Rural Development, the FCMC Board of Trustees, FCMC physicians and advanced practice providers, FCMC team members. There are many of us here. FCMC volunteers and auxiliary members. Accord Architecture, Graham Construction, and Modus Engineering. If you're already standing, you can just wave. First Citizens Bank. First Security Bank. Fidelity Bank. CUSB. Autos Oasis. Perry Novak. And lastly, be prepared, members of our community who have steadfastly supported our local hospital through all of these exciting changes. Oh, that's most of you. As you can see, most people, especially all of you in the last category, most of us were standing. That's because a project like this does not and cannot happen in isolation. All of us have played an invaluable role in this historic milestone at FCMC. We should all be immensely proud of what our mutual efforts, time, and talents have created. Thank you for being here today and for your investment in the future of healthcare in our local community. It is now my honor to introduce the first speaker for the morning, Chairman of the Floyd County Medical Center Board of Trustees, Ron James.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome you to our official opening of our new provider clinic. This is the culmination of many years in the planning and construction of this facility. In addition to having met extra space for our many local providers that offer space for our special providers who come to Floyd County Medical Center to offer advanced services to our local patients. This facility also allows us to expand our diagnostic services and therapeutic services to serve the patients who need these services without the need to travel to other facilities. This has been done with the assistance and hard work of many hours of Dawnett and her staff here at Floyd County Medical Center, and the architects and construction crews who have also spent many hours to finalize this fine clinic addition. With this completion, we will start the next phase to be worked on in the next few years. As the chairman of the Hospital Board of Trustees, on behalf of myself and the rest of the trustees, I congratulate all involved for a wonderful addition to our local hospital. Here at FCMC, We offer exceptional care. In addition, this will allow us to continue the service for many years to come. Again, I congratulate all for a job very well done as we continue to offer needed care here at FCMC. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Ron. Just as projects like this do not happen in isolation, they also do not happen overnight. They require vision, perseverance, collaboration, and an unwavering commitment to the communities that we serve. Under her leadership, Floyd County Medical Center has experienced unprecedented growth, expanded services, and strengthened financial stability. Most notably, FCMC embarked and has now completed one of the largest capital investments in our organization's history. Please join me in welcoming our Chief Executive Officer, Dawnett Willis.
All I can say right now is, wow, what an amazing turnout. What a beautiful day. Not quite as sunny as I had envisioned it being, but that might be a good thing with the crowd here today. But what a great day to celebrate Floyd County Medical Center, our community, and our future. As we gather beneath this beautiful new entry and canopy, we're not simply celebrating the completion of this gorgeous new building. We're standing together at a threshold of a new chapter for Floyd County Medical Center and also for the communities that we proudly serve. There are moments in life of a community that become part of its history, and I truly believe that this is one of those such moments. Nearly 5 years ago, during my interview meet and greet sessions that I had with our wonderful board of trustees, several leaders at that time in the organization, as well as key physicians and medical staff. One thing we discussed was, did I have the experience to be able to lead large construction projects? And at that time, I thought that was a pretty standard interview question, not really realizing exactly what they were talking about at first. But as we began talking more and having certain conversations with certain key providers, was really understanding that what they were really asking me is, would I be able to help move this organization into the future, to make sure that we had a sustainable path forward, not only for the creation of building and spaces that would accommodate growth, but also to be able to have a future, to be able to attract new physicians, to be able to care for our communities now and well into the future for many decades. It became very clear to me during those conversations with our trustees and our physicians that that was truly so important to them, to make sure that Floyd County Medical Center was going to be here for many, many decades to come. They wanted to secure the future of healthcare for this community. It was so vitally important to them. They shared the new vision they had for a new clinic, one that would help attract, again, new physicians, keep exceptional care close to home, and honor the legacy of those that had come before us and built this organization over the many years. That vision resonated deeply with me because at that moment in time in my personal career and professional career, I was not just looking for another job. I was looking for something that would help me truly have an opportunity to make a difference, a lasting impact for a community that would leave a personal legacy for me. So coupled with those great conversations with this wonderful board of trustees and our physicians, I knew that it was a match. It was a great match for all of us to really take their dreams and vision with what I was hoping to bring to the table and bring this, what we're experiencing today, to fruition. Dreams like this don't become reality overnight, though. It would be great if they did, if we could just snap our fingers and have a beautiful new building, Of course, I don't know, Graham would be excited about that. I think they like it taking a long time. Just kidding, guys. Good news is we weren't starting from scratch. We were building on the dedication, the compassion, and commitment of those who had come before us. Our responsibility was to strengthen the organization so that it would be ready for the future. We hit the ground running, and together we developed our first comprehensive strategic plan, implemented a new organization-wide electronic health record, which doesn't sound like very much, but if you were here, team members, raise your hand. That was a huge endeavor. So that was a big deal. We implemented that, invested in other key clinical services, in lab and radiology, strengthened the infrastructure that supports outstanding patient care. So before we built outward, we focused on strengthening what was currently here already. This construction project, the largest in our organization's history, also required courage and strong governance. Sorry, I don't mean to get emotional, I'm surprised. Our Board of Trustees asked thoughtful questions, which they should have. They challenged me, and I appreciated that. But they also had the courage to invest in the future. And I know that took a lot of courage. So to each member of our Board of Trustees, and I'm so proud to say I started with the same group that's here today, and that has been such a blessing for a CEO to be able to start this journey and I'm not saying y'all should leave at all, but to be all here together through all of this has been just wonderful. But thank you for your leadership, your trust, and most importantly, for your unwavering support. From the bottom of my heart. I could not have done this without you guys. Receiving USDA financing approval was a defining milestone in this project. It was the moment that this vision became real, because without the proper financing and funding for a project of this scope, it would really just remain a dream. So thank you, USDA, for making our dream become a reality. For so many, this is such an important thing. As this project moved from drawings to reality, every decision, from the layout of the clinic to the exam rooms, we even had a mock cardboard put up of the exam room to make sure it was laid out just as it needed to be. We looked at the natural lighting. Accord was great with really understanding our vision, right, of wanting this to be a beautiful space. We looked at every detail, countless details throughout the building, and all the decisions that were made were guided by one simple question in my heart and mind. And that question was, how will this improve the experience for our patients and their families? Because while buildings matter, what matters most are the people who walk through these doors, or who will walk through these doors every day for many years to come. This beautiful new facility doesn't change who we are. It simply gives our extraordinary physicians, providers, nurses, and team members the space that reflects the exceptional care they provide every single day. So I want to take a moment and recognize all of our team members. Throughout this construction, departments moved, routines changed, workflows were disrupted, entrances closed, entrances opened, entrances closed. Yet every day you continue to provide outstanding care with compassion, professionalism, and unwavering dedication to the communities that we serve. While walls were literally coming down around you, the quality of care never came down. In fact, our quality only improved. So to you all, I am so eternally grateful for all of your steadfast resilience throughout this process. I also want to take a second and say thank you to all of the patients that walked through our doors during the past 2 years. I know at times it felt like a maze, right? We even had a tunnel for a brief few weeks. We called our tunnel. So it was hard to navigate. We did our best, but I was so grateful for your understanding and your patience during this time. This celebration belongs to all of us. There are so many people, all here today and others, that went above and beyond throughout this project, and I wish I had the time today to recognize every one of you. But there is one person I would like to recognize whose role was truly unique. Todd Fells, our facilities director. I don't know how I would have made it the last 2 years without you, and I just want to say thank you. You know, there were text messages and phone calls later than they should have been, even on the weekends. I tried not to do that, but there were times I needed to talk to you or we needed to discuss something and work through something, and it was always the same answer. No matter what I asked, the answer was, you bet. And I really appreciate that. So thank you, Todd. This project would not be what it is today without you. On a personal note, I'd also like to thank my family. I don't do this. You know me, I don't do things like this very often. Try to make it not about me, but this moment in time, I'm going to take just a second. I'm privileged today to have 3 of my family members, and they're all so busy and all over the place that it's an honor to have my husband, Alan, my son, Adam, and my daughter, Dara, here with us today. They have shared this journey with me from the very beginning. They've celebrated my victories. They've been there during my struggles, supporting me. Thank you for sharing me with this community over the past 5 years. I know there's been huge sacrifices, and I just want to say thank you. Your love and encouragement have meant the world to me, and I don't know how I could have done it without you guys. A few weeks ago, I stood beneath this very canopy that we're all gathered here today. It was on a Sunday evening, about 6:30. We had a final walkthrough of this new opening here. And I got here, there was no one else here. I drove up right here, and there was no chairs here, no podium. And I got out of my car, and I had 2 guys waiting for me on the inside, Jeremy and Todd. And I looked around, and I took a moment, and after we toured, I came back out, and I really just took it all in. It was, I don't know any other word to say, but truly surreal. As I stood here, I wasn't thinking about the construction anymore. I was thinking about the thousands of people who will walk through these doors in years ahead and what this place will mean to each of them. And that's when it really dawned on me that this was never really about constructing a building. It was about creating a place where people feel welcomed, respected, comforted, and cared for. Today, standing in this very same place, surrounded by all of you, I realized that moment was never mine alone. It belongs to every provider who imagined a better space to care for their patients, every board member who believed and had courage, every employee who embraced change, and there was a lot of that, every contractor, architect, engineer, and partner who helped bring this vision to life, and every member of this community who believed FCMC was worth investing in. You see, healthcare is more than a service in a rural community. It is a lifeline for many. It provides security for families, it strengthens our local economy, and it creates opportunities. And most importantly, it gives people confidence that exceptional health care always will be available right here, close to home. Over the past several months, countless people have stopped and thanked me for this project and other things happening here at FCMC. And while I deeply appreciate the support and those kind words, this project has never been about one person. It belongs to all of us. It takes all of us to accomplish something of this magnitude. So today is a celebration of what we've accomplished together. It's also a reminder that our work isn't finished. In late September, we are planning another gathering here to break ground on phase 2 and 3 as we continue investing in the future of healthcare for this region. So today is a milestone, but it's not the finish line. When I look at this beautiful entrance behind us, I don't simply see a building, I see hope, I see opportunity, I see a bright future, and I see pride. Pride in FCMC, pride in this community, and pride in knowing that together we have chosen to invest in our future. So thank you for believing in FCMC. Thank you for trusting us. We will never take that trust for granted, and we will continue to endeavor to work hard to keep your trust. Congratulations to all of us. Today isn't simply the opening of a new building. It is the beginning of an exciting new chapter for FCMC and the communities we are so honored to serve. Welcome to your new and improved Floyd County Medical Center. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Dawnett. At the heart of every healthcare organization are the doctors and advanced practice providers who deliver exceptional, personalized healthcare with compassion. This new 3-story clinic will be an amazing space for our incredible team of physicians to care for patients. You will now hear from 3 of our providers who will share about what it means for them to practice in this new facility. First, I invite to the podium one of FCMC's veteran providers, Dr. David Schrodt.
Thank you, and thank everybody for being here for this celebration of the new building. What we are celebrating here today actually started about 10 years ago. The building is a visible sign of the progress that has been made by Floyd County Medical Center. At that time, 10 years ago, there were 3 doctors at a practice that's on the other side of that that were getting up in age. They had been in a practice that had spanned over 4 decades, and we were all approaching retirement age and started to wonder what would happen if we did retire. And that would the business, would medical care be the same? Would it continue? We all knew that physicians needed to be recruited, but they didn't just show up at a practice like they did when we were young. You'd come to a practice and you would see if they needed somebody, and you would hang a shingle up and you would be there. Now it takes recruitment. There was other things that were going on. Medical records needed to be computerized, and the space we were in was crowded and needed to be rethought. Thank you, Dawnett, for telling us how we did that. At the time, though, 10 years ago in 2016, when we were thinking about that, that was kind of daunting to us as a private practice. And we decided at that time that we should ask the hospital if they would be interested in that. And clearly they were. We wrote a letter to James Moon, who was the president of the Board of Trustees at that time, in September of 2016. And the hospital was interested, and throughout the next year, we came up with a plan, and on November 1st of 2017, our clinic, the Floyd County the FCMC primary care clinic that they had at that time, we joined, and that became the Floyd County Medical Center clinic owned and operated by Floyd County Medical Center. And they took over at that time the recruiting of new physicians, new advanced practice providers, providing other things, which I'll go into in a sec. They took over the computerization of our medical records, and we had thousands of paper charts, thousands of those. That was a daunting project also. And then they took over the creating a new and inviting office space, which is right there. The recruiting has been very competitive, and we do have 3 current young family physicians that have joined us and one that will soon join us in September, so we'll have 4. Unfortunately, that does not put us very far ahead because we've had 2 physicians retire and 1 move to be closer to family. They have recruited many advanced practice providers that has been very helpful, and we've opened an urgent care center, which has been very helpful for patient care. And we've started using, and I can't remember when, it's been a little while back, a virtual internal medicine hospitalist program that was initially out of St. Cloud, Minnesota, but joined with another one out of Sioux Falls, or St. Cloud, Minnesota, and now Sioux Falls, South Dakota, out of Avell. That's an extremely successful program, very helpful to us to have internal medicine doctors being able to see people. And even though it's virtual, it's actually pretty darn good. And I think everybody's been very satisfied with what they're able to do and the care that they provide and how they help us. The other thing now, all the clinic records are computerized. There's not a single paper chart over there. That's a milestone. Yep. Then the final thing that the hospital took over was dreaming and now building this new clinic building. It's here, it's open for business. That is the visible sign of everything that has been accomplished. And as you go through it today on the tours, you'll see the efficiency and the work that went into creating that. The hospital, as Dawnett said, is continuing to work on many new advancements for the whole hospital complex as a whole. And what we were thinking at the time that we were doing this 10 years ago is that the practice at that time had been there in one form or another for 40 years, and now that practice and the Floyd County Medical Center practice that joined have been involved in Charles City in one form or another for over 50 years, and the goal was to continue medical care for another 50 years or even beyond that. And I think that you will be able to see that the hospital, with the work they have done, medical care will be here most certainly for another 50 years and probably forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Schrodt. Next, I would like to invite another longstanding provider who has also been delivering exceptional patient care at FCMC for 25 years, Joanne Starr.
Good morning. Yes, I have been here 25 years, but it seems like a lifetime some days. But it's been a good lifetime. I've been part of this Floyd County Medical Center family for 25 years, and I started in a trailer just like that one. It literally had a wooden sign outside. So when you talk about hanging your shingle out, that's kind of where I started. And then I moved into the building on the other side, which I thought was a big step up in the world. During these past 25 years, I've seen this hospital grow, sometimes by inches and sometimes by leaps and bounds. I remember when they remodeled the second floor med-surg unit, and I thought those leaf imprinted patterns on the ceilings were just so lovely, and they are quite peaceful when you're laying there in a bed and looking up for weeks on end. I remember when they remodeled the emergency room. Gone were the days with the curtains separating patients, and now you have enclosed spaces that ensure patient privacy. And as you all do, I remember the COVID pandemic, when functioning as a hospital and a rural health clinic was redefined. Through the course of this, our goal was focused on one thing: to be able to provide exceptional, personalized health care with compassion. With compassion. We know that health care is not done out of a recipe book. We know that it's individual for each person, and that's what we provide to our community. This has required commitment, dedication, and vision for the future on the part of the entire team that makes up Floyd County Medical Center. That team is all including us for growth and providing us with feedback so that we know how we can better serve you, and just as importantly, being a part of our family. When we are recruiting those new providers, which yes, we do have to encourage people to come here, We often comment that you become more than a healthcare provider. You become an intrinsic part of the families that you treat. You meet them in the community, whether it's in the school, church, or the grocery store. We reinforce the team aspect that is Floyd County Medical Center and the collaboration between partners and providers. We have been truly fortunate in the support we have received from our administrators and hospital board. 25 years ago, I didn't envision that I would still be in a trailer providing health care, but I certainly never envisioned having the privilege of working in a facility that is truly state-of-the-art. I congratulate our hospital, its administrators, and you are amazing, and our community for achieving this amazing goal. I look forward to the next phase of construction. Fortunately, it won't involve me getting moved to different clinic parts, and all the possibilities that it will bring, not only to Floyd County, but to the surrounding communities that will no doubt benefit from the care that we will be able to provide.
So Dr. Heather Dill, the podium is yours.
Sometimes I feel like I need to have shorter shoes when I'm up this high. But good morning. It is truly an honor to be with you here today to celebrate the opening of this new hospital expansion. As a family medicine obstetrician, I've learned that in rural communities, healthcare is different. We don't simply care for patients, we care for our neighbors. We have the privilege of walking alongside families through every stage of life, from welcoming newborn babies into the world to caring for their grandparents and everybody in between. That is one of the greatest blessings about providing practicing and community in rural health medicine. When I interviewed with Floyd County Medical Center, I wanted to learn more than just what happened inside the hospital. So I ventured out into the community to see what the community was all about. So I spent time walking Main Street. I went to Party in the Park. I visited Tyson's, stopped by Aromas for a lavender latte, yes, and browsed the local bookstore and explored many of the small businesses that make this community unique. What I found was much more than a community. I found friendship, kindness, and people who genuinely cared about one another. Everywhere I went, I was welcomed with a smile and conversation. It quickly became clear that this was a place where neighbors still know each other and where people invest in one another and where community truly means something. The people, both inside and outside of the hospital and throughout this community, were a large part of why I chose to come here. I wanted to be part of something special. This building doesn't just represent bricks and mortars, it represents hope. It represents a community that believes everyone deserves excellent health care, regardless of where they live. As we celebrate the new space, it may always be a place where healing is found, where hope is restored, and where every person who walks through these doors knows they are valued, respected, and cared for with compassion. Because in the end, buildings don't heal people, people heal people. This new expansion just gives us a more opportunity to do it in a place of comfort and imagination. Caring for our neighbors is essential to providing healthcare in a rural system. Thank you for believing in the future of rural healthcare, and congratulations to everyone who made this day possible. God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dill. Lastly, an important concept that this project reflects is the power of partnership. We are grateful for the support of the USDA Rural Development and its commitment to strengthening healthcare across America, rural America. Please join me in welcoming to the podium our final speaker of the morning, USDA Rural Development State Director of Iowa, Michael Sexton.
Thanks, everybody. You know, usually when you're the last speaker, you're standing between everybody and lunch or the happy hour bar. But I think what I'm standing in front of right now is I think the sun's going to come out pretty quick, and it's going to get hot for everybody that's going to be in the sun. I really appreciate that you invited me out to share this monumental occasion. Once again, I am Mike Sexton. I was appointed by President Trump to be the Iowa State Director for USDA Rural Development last summer. I am joined today by my Deputy Director, Henry Kummerer, who's also my official photographer. On behalf of both of us, we are very honored to be here. I want to take a moment, and which I think a lot of the speakers have thanked it takes It takes a lot of people to make this thing work. I want to take a moment just to recognize some of those few folks. We've heard from Dawnett, and we've heard what a great job she's doing, and her team of medical and administrative professionals, which you've heard from, members of the Board of Trustees, the great teams from the construction company, the architects, the lenders. And I also want to recognize, because I'm a former elected official, I want to recognize a former colleague who's here, Representative Charlie Thompson, who's sitting out here. Thank you, Representative, for making this a part of your schedule this morning. And the Charles City Mayor, Dean Andrews. Thank him for being here. Thank you for letting USD Rural Development be a part of this event today. This hospital medical center is going to serve the needs of the community for years to come. Congratulations. Under the leadership of President Trump and Agricultural Secretary Rollins, USDA is making good on our commitment to infrastructure and support for rural health care in rural Iowa. Our agency funds projects to build opportunity and prosperity in rural communities. USDA Rural Development financed this project through our community programs. Our funding for essential facilities like this one will strengthen local economies, securing both business and jobs. What a great addition to Floyd County and the neighboring counties. The future is brighter already. This is what investing in rural America looks like. USDA Rural Development is in a unique position to help rural communities rebuild infrastructure and help them be able to provide essential services. This is part of a toolkit for investing program dollars to benefit people who live and work in rural Iowa. Modern medical centers are the foundation of a thriving community. USDA partners with local leaders to provide tools and resources to support rural communities, but we assist with more than healthcare delivery. For example, first responder vehicles, street repair, assisted living facilities, and even fire trucks are a few of the things our programs can provide for rural communities. Our business programs provide financial backing and technical assistance to spur business creation and growth. Our housing programs offer quality, low-income and very low-income folks with the opportunity to purchase or build their very first homes. Everyone here today is striving to make a positive difference and are helping create better places to live, work, and play, and raise families in Iowa. It's an honor to be here today representing the Trump administration, and it's an honor to participate in this ceremony to mark the culmination of years of dreaming, planning, and hard work. USDA Rural Development is here to help, so please reach out if you need us. And I'm just gonna end with this. Henry and I do a lot of these events. We do, and I hope I get invited to the groundbreaking. But we do a lot of these events, folks, and this is, I don't know, Henry, this might be the biggest crowd we've ever had at one of these events. Hats off to this community. And when I go back and we talk to the administration, we will say that we picked the right community to do this, to invest in the future. So once again, enjoy the day, and thank you all for letting Henry and I be a part of this. Thank you.